And we are live on Cinco de Mayo for the SIE exam, the Series 6 exam, Series 7, and all the other fair exams. Series 7 top-off, Series 66 top-off, Series 63, 66 SIE. You can ask any questions on this at all. So happy Cinco de Mayo 2020. Happy quarantine. Okay. So I have a few questions already from some people, which is awesome. And we will go forward. Okay. Hey, everyone. Happy Cinco de Mayo. We'll see how long this lasts before I have my regular Richmond hat on. But okay. Now, hey, everyone. Hopefully people are not too drunk, and hopefully people will be here and ask questions. So look at this. It's awesome. I feel like a big old cowboy, right? Okay. Now, okay, so, and my son-in-law's birthday is today. The grandson's going to sleep. So that's why I was a few minutes late. Okay, so a couple questions we got. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everyone. Happy Pafu, happy new season. Henry, Robin, Orlando, Judy, and Brianna. Okay, see, I know it's Brianna. I love this. Okay, so now let's go through a couple of things. I have the first question. If I'm not blind, because I have my glasses, so. Okay. Okay, if you listen to last Thursday's, you would know what the cost basis of a qualified plan is. Okay. Happy Cinco de Mayo, okay. Thank you, Nicole. I try to be funny. I try to make myself laugh. Where is my question? Okay, so. Okay, before I get to Allie's question. Qualified plan cost basis is Zippo. So a qualified plan means pre-tax. I think I talked about it last Thursday, but a qualified plan is, and you can see beautiful New York City. Orlando, you rock that you passed. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. One last left. Is it a 63 or 66? Okay, so a qualified plan means that it is it means it's pre-tax money, which means your cost basis is zero. That means you pay tax on everything. Hope that helps. Okay. Fundamental and technical. Okay, so Henry, awesome. So I'm going to, Orlando, in a minute, I'm going to ask you how it was, because most people run into trouble with they feel like they're failing the whole time, and that's what happens. And it's the wording and stuff, and it's usually not that hard. It's a hard test, but it's the problems aren't hard. Sometimes it's the wording or just not worrying about it, not stressing. Okay. So fundamental and technical. I think I went over this, but we'll go into it. So, okay. So a fundamental analyst is someone who looks at the actual company, the price to earnings, the earnings per share, the customers, all that stuff. Okay. Okay. It is basically looking at the actual company. I call it the no fun method because it's just boring. You're looking at the customers and the balance sheet and the debt to equity and all that other stuff. So that is what fundamental is. Technical is looking at charts and patterns and like looking for support. Like if you see a stock trading 50, 60, 50, 60, you in your mind think it's going to keep trading in that range, and that's technical. Technical is when it trades debt, you're looking for trends and patterns, and you don't actually care what the stock is. All you care is where it's going or what you think it's going. Like you look at a trend and you look, okay, it's going to hit support and it's going to keep bouncing off. Okay. Robin, I swear I think we talked about this, but I will bring it up. It's basically just opening a joint account, but we'll get to it. Now, you hit resistance. What happens is it goes up and it hits, say the stock is at 55. It goes down to 50, up to 60, down to 50. So the thing is, you think it's going to hit 50. So technical trading look like it's going to bounce up and go up and go down. You're looking, just keep in mind, you're looking at trends and patterns. Like you're looking at a pattern going backwards, and maybe you see a head and shoulders, right? So head and shoulders is up a little bit, thank you. Up a little bit, up a lot, and then up a little bit. So that's a head and shoulders. It looks like a little head, a little shoulder, big head, little shoulder. That's, according to a technical trader, that's bearish, or what they call a reversal of an uptrend. Okay, or if you see a saucer, we look at a chart and you see it looks like that, like a big old saucer. That's going to be bullish. Okay. Now, So let's, yeah, trust me, don't tell my wife that, because if she thinks I have a good memory, then I have to start remembering shit. Okay. So now, okay. So let's go back to this. So again, fundamental looks at balance sheets, assets versus liabilities, and all that. Technical is looking at patterns and trends, two separate things. Now, what a lot of people do is that they have a fundamentalist who will choose a stock based on their performance and how they do as an actual company. And then they'll use the technical part of it to determine when you should buy. So think of technical as more about the stock price, fundamental is more about the actual company. Okay. Now we'll come back to this. Okay. I'll come back to the SEP because usually the employee, I have to think about that for a second. Now, because I always confuse KEO and SEP IRA because one can and one can't. I think the KEO you can't. Okay. But now, underwriter and a syndicate. So the underwriter, Bianca, is the person is basically an underwriter and syndicate are somewhat synonymous because the underwriter is the actual broker dealer, is maybe the lead underwriter or the broker dealer who's helping bring it public. The syndicate is all the other broker dealers that are assisting it. So an underwriter is one broker dealer. A syndicate is a bunch of underwriters together grouped to make to perform a function like bring a company public or something like that. So again, an underwriter is one person, okay? Is one broker dealer. The syndicate is a bunch of underwriters. So it's the same sort of concept. They're kind of interchangeable because the underwriter or the lead underwriter or the managing underwriter is the one who runs it, and they're the one who actually pay the issuer and then all that other stuff. The syndicate is just the group of underwriters that are together. Okay. Now, how can an agent open a joint account with a client? I promise, Paul, I'll get to you. Okay, Robin asked, I know you guys can read it, but this way, if you catch up in the middle, can you give an example of how an agent can open a joint account with the client and share in profits in proportion to the investment? So like say, Robin, you're my rep. And I go, look, I'm going to put in 50 grand. You put in 50 grand. We both contribute 50 to our account. So any money we make, we each get 50% of it. That's what that means. So, or if say I put in 80 and you put in 20, I get 80% of the profits and you get 20% of the profits. Stay there. Keep asking questions, talk to each other, just making sure. I want to see something for a second. You got to deal with it. Boom. I think this, okay. That's a great question. Okay. So here's the way it is. In general, an employee cannot contribute to an SEP IRA, but what they can do is they can set up a traditional IRA and put the money in that way. That's kind of the way it is. Pretty much a SEP IRA is made for employees not to contribute, okay? They said you can make traditional IRA contributions, which means you put the money in an IRA and then make the contribution since it's pre-tax already. But I would go with the test for the actual exam. Employees don't make the contribution. Again, a little too detailed for the 66, I think, or for the 6. Okay, I think I did that one. What kind of, a lot of questions. That's good stuff. Okay, keep me busy. Okay. Okay, what do they ask about risks? Okay, so Nicole, for the 7, they're not going to just say, what's this? They're going to give you a scenario. And it's not about knowing the names of the risks. It's about knowing what they are, okay? You have to know that in my suitability video, you can watch that. And all I talk about is, if you want this, you want that. It's not going to be a question and answer on risks. It's going to be a scenario, and you have to understand the suitability. That's how they go, Okay. Judy, I hope that hope that helps you. If it doesn't, just tell me that you need more explanation. But understand the questions are going to be they're going to be a scenario. Okay, absolutely. Risks is not very rarely is it going to be what risk does this have? It's going to be more like you buy this, or may even do this. You buy a treasury, you buy a AAA rated 0 coupon insured bond. What's the biggest risk? It's going to be inflation. So because it's just AAA, it's safe, it's a 0 coupon, there's no reinvestment risk. So normally something really safe is going to have a low coupon, so it's going to be inflation. So it's really not going to be just a what's this, what's that. It's going to say this product, what risk does it have? Or it's going to give you a scenario, and you have to realize that, okay, older person wants safety of principal, doesn't really have inflation risk because they're not going to live very long. So you just work your way down that way. I have a suitability one you can watch on that. Okay. Do ADRs have to register on an exchange? Okay. Yeah, it's just a regular security. So do ADRs that aren't on an exchange have to register in the state? Yes. They're not exempt unless there's some other exemption. An ADR is a regular security. So a regular security, if it's not on an exchange, has to register in all the states to be sold. Hope that helps. Okay. Hypothecation. Okay. Hypothecation. When you open a margin account, there's 3 or 4 things you have to do. First, you do the margin agreement. Inside the margin agreement is the credit agreement. That's the rules and their interest rate and all that stuff. Then we have the hypothecation agreement. Robin, you need to write this down. And if it's on the 63, it's not on the exam. But I'm going to say it anyway, because people do need to know. Hypothecation is saying, I am pledging my securities that I buy. So if I buy $10,000 worth of securities, they're lending me $5,000 if I do it in a margin account. Okay. So now, if you have a hypothecation agreement, well, you have to do it to open a margin account. That means you're pledging the $10,000 worth of securities as collateral for the $5,000 loan you're getting, which is called the debit balance. So it's like a mortgage. When you buy a house, you take out a mortgage to buy a house, you're using the house as collateral for the loan. So that's where that comes in. So understand, hypothecation is saying, I'm using the securities I buy as collateral for the loan. Okay. Yeah, aren't on an exchange. You did write it right. Judy, you wrote it right. If it's not on an exchange, it has to register. If it's on an exchange, it doesn't. Do not get confused with foreign countries. So remember, an ADR is a security registered in the US. Registered. Just because it's done in a foreign country doesn't mean it's done by a foreign country. So like if Brazil issued a bond, it's exempt. If Brazilian pipeline or Brazilian massage parlors, issue a bond or stock, that would have to be registered if it's sold in the US. Just because it's issued in another country doesn't make it exempt. If it's issued by another country, it would be exempt. Okay. I've never heard, come back to me on Allie on, I don't know what flexible is. Unless you mean variable. Come back to me on that. Okay. How much time on average? Thank you, Natalia. So how much time on average should I allow between the SIE and the top off? Okay. So if you take the SIE, it depends. If you really, really struggled with the SIE, you got to give yourself a month, maybe 6 weeks. If you felt that the essay was good, maybe you can get it done in 4 weeks. It also depends on this. Most people, I'm working during the day, not much, but I'm working. If you're working during the day, you have to give yourself more time. Because if you've noticed, if you're working from home, if you're working from home, did you notice that your hours got longer? It's funny, like if you were 9 to 5, normally, now you're working from home, it's like 8 to 6, which is crazy. But if you're working from home, you can do 2 hours a day. You got to give yourself 6 weeks, no matter what. If you're getting to study from home, then you could probably do it in 4 or 5 weeks. It doesn't matter, but I would not do it quickly unless you felt the SIE was a piece of cake. Okay. So, why would you do an account? Like say you and I were friends it's more like say you're the rep and I think you're really good at what you do, but you're only an agent. So you can't charge me a management fee. So I'm going back to Robin's question. Why would you do a joint account? If I think you're a good manager of money and I want to be part of it, I'll say, listen, I put in 80, you put in 20 and you manage my account for me and we all make money. Because if you're an agent, you can't charge me a investment. You can't charge me a management fee. Okay. Does that help, Robin? I hope it does. If it does, I need to see a hand. I see 0 likes up there. Okay. Maybe I'm just sucking tonight. I don't know. Now, Simple and Keo. So again, not on the exam. they will bring it up, but they're not going to go crazy on it. Oh, the 6. Yeah, it will be on there. Okay, so now, sorry, I was thinking 63. So now, the SEP IRA is like the KEO. It's for the small company. A simple is like a 401k, but up to, I think, like 100, 100 employees. That's where it is. And then the 401k is for the big company. Okay. So the 401k is for the bigger companies. A simple is for the like up to 100 company, and a KEO and a SEP IRA are for like small companies. Thank you. For like very small companies. Like if I started paying my tutors full time, if they were full time employees, I would do a SEP IRA or a KEO. The big difference between a SEP IRA and a KEO is that the SEP IRA is easier to set up, and the employee can say, no, I don't want to do it. The KEO, they can't say you set it up for them. And a KEO, you contribute, meaning the employer, not the employee. Okay. Okay, so don't stress. Nicole, you need to not stress over anything. I know that you stress about stuff, but so under KEOs, do not stress over it. Just understand it is for KEOs and SEP IRAs are for what kind of company? Small companies. That's what they're for like 2 or 3 people, maybe 5 or 6, like an independent person, like a lawyer or me, if I started paying my tutors full time. Okay. Robin, yes, it's not every question. Okay. Yeah, Nicole Wagner, perfect. I'm glad that really it's just the way it is. It's not really definitions, it's scenarios, which is kind of good. Okay. Robin, are there any short, easy questions on the 63? Yeah, there's some. I mean, it's not like timing is an issue because they only give you the minute 20, and there's not enough questions to build a cushion. Most people are fine, they finish it. But they will be wordy. So what's going to happen is out of 60 questions, you're going to have at least 20 that are like fucking ridiculously long. So what you do with those is you pick mark for review and push them to the back. Get the easy ones done and then work through the rest. Because even if you do mark for review, you'll get through a bunch of them and you have to put an answer down. So even if you don't finish, you've at least answered it. What you don't want to do is struggle with all these long questions and then not finish. And then all of a sudden these questions aren't even answered and you have no shot. Okay. Now, let's see. Orlando. Okay, right. So Orlando said he said a book on ladders. Okay, first of all, Natalia, absolutely. It's all freaking suitability. It really all is suitability. Okay. Now, oh, it's not called flexible. I get it. See, Ali just texted me what my question of flexible is. Okay, so now. Yes, there's wordy questions. Nicole, you get that, what we're saying. I'm trying to work down the list. Yes, Natalia, all suitability, you're 100% right. It's scenarios, and you got to own them. And I have the suitability video. Watch that. I think it helps because I'm not really self-aware, so I don't know if it helps or not. Okay. So a ladder, Orlando, a bond ladder is a security, and you probably know this now, is where you buy a 4-year bond, a 5-year bond, a 6-year bond, a 7-year bond, 8-year, 9-year, 10-year, 11-year. You buy a bunch of them so they're laddered out. So you're reducing the interest rate. That's why you do it. So even if interest rates go up, you're kind of good. And if they go down, you're still good. Because if they go up, you have the short-term ones that you can reinvest and get the higher rate. And if the rates go down, you have the longer ones that lock in the price. So that's what a ladder does. Okay, so now let me go back to Ali's question. Okay, so I'm going to help you out in 1 second. So it's not called the flexible, it's called the universal. Okay, so this is what we're talking about. So there's this term, which is just like renting. Term is horrible, but it's cheap. Term is you buy life. We're talking about life insurance now for the Series 6 and the 66, and possibly maybe 1 or 2 on the 63. So life insurance is, okay. Life insurance. Okay, what's wrong? Life insurance is to basically that if you die, your family gets paid. Okay. Now, if you buy term, it's for a specific period. So yeah, my son walked in. So specific period. It's from one time to another. You buy it for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, whatever it is, but it is cheaper. Yeah, you could, of course, ask about the 63. So now, if you buy regular insurance, full, what they call not term, it's whole or permanent, you're buying an actual insurance that you're investing in. So here's what happens. If you buy regular insurance, full on permanent insurance, you pay a fixed premium and it has a fixed growth. And then when you die, you get a fixed money amount. I'm going to do it quick. I'm not doing it as well as I would in a class, but now universal. Okay. No, I'm not a taco guy. That's the thing. So now my family does. And what do? I eat quesadillas, which are pretty much Mexican grilled cheese. So now if I do universal, that just means that the growth is fixed, like the money you invest is in the general account, it grows, but you can adjust your payments. Like you can pay $2,000 one month, $1,000 next month, $5,000 the next month. It's better for someone like me who has a variable income because it goes up and down. Okay. So now it goes up and down a lot, Allie. So it goes up and down a lot. Okay. So what happens is, if I have a really good month, I may pay more to the insurance policy, where if I have a bad month, I pay less. So regular, permanent has a fixed payment and a fixed growth and a fixed benefit. If I have a universal, that means the payments are adjustable, but the growth is fixed. I can also do a variable where the payments are fixed, where when I say payments, I mean what you're contributing to the plan every month. You pay the same amount of money every month. That's your premium payments. Okay. Okay. Funny, Judy. Thank you. So what happens is I pay the same amount of money every month, but the money is in what they call a separate account where they're invested in the market. And the return on that money goes up and down. It can go up, or it can go down, but it's variable. But it's just like the market. It's all over the place. You don't know. So again, term, it's like renting insurance. Whole life is fixed premiums, fixed growth. You know what you're getting you know what your family is getting when you die. Universal, the premiums are adjustable because you have income that's adjustable. So it's for a self-employed person or a business owner. But the growth that the money's in there is growing is at a set rate. And your death benefit when you die may change a little bit based on whether you put enough money in. Now, a variable means you put the same amount of money in every month premium, but then it grows at different rates. Maybe it grows 5% one year, 2% the next, 8% the next, because it's invested in the market and what they call the separate account. I hope that helps. Okay. Now, okay. Oh, she had one more question. Let me get that out of the way. Hold on. Okay. So now, so I'm going to tell you something. So this is a question. An owner of 100 shares of ABC at 75, listen to me, is looking to enhance her returns. Oh, enhance returns means add, what do you call it? Add income. Try to make it better. So if I'm long stock, Allie, we've talked about this, so I'm going to hold you accountable for this. If I'm long 100 shares at 75 and I want to enhance my return, what kind of option would I do? It's basically let me read the whole thing instead of stuttering. An owner of 100 shares of ABC at 75 is looking to enhance, remember she's long, is looking to enhance her returns during a period of expected market calm, not moving. So this would generate the most income. Oh, there's a keyword by selling which of the following positions. Okay, remember this. If I see you, I'll hit you. I'm kidding, I wouldn't. Allie. And everyone listening, if you're long stock, there are only two choices. If you're long stock, you either buy a put to protect or you sell calls to add income. Again, if you're long stock, the only two choices you have are buy a put to protect or sell a call for income. Now, I'm going to combine this with Vanderdude's question. Break even on a covered option. Remember, covered means I sold an option. So I'm a long stock, I sell a call, that's a covered call. If I'm short stock, I can either buy a call for protection or sell a put for income. So if I am long the stock and I buy for protection, I'm buying a put. So here's the secret. If you own stock and an option, the break even, Vanderdude, is always stock plus or minus premium. The premium, the stock. So if I buy 100 shares at 50 and I buy a put, doesn't matter if it's a 40 put, 30 put, 80 put, and I buy it for 2, it's going to be, since it's 2 buys, I add. If you see buy stock, buy a put, since it's 2 buys, you add to the stock price, not the strike price. If you buy stock and sell a call, that's a covered call. It's a buy and a sell. So you have to subtract. You do subtract from the stock. So if I buy 100 shares at 50 and I sell a whatever call at 3, let me do 50 minus 3, that's 47. Does that make sense? You have to know that, okay? So if you understand break even on options and hedging, when you have stock and an option, is always either stock plus or minus the premium. So if it's 2 buys or 2 sells, if they're the same, you add. So buy stock, buy a put, or short stock, sell a put, sell a put. They're both stock plus premium. If you buy stock and sell a call, or you short stock and buy a call, it's going to be stock minus premium. Okay. No. Okay. And if you hear income, it's selling an option. If you hear hedging, it's buying an option. So protection, hedging, income, that should answer your question. Now, remember something. In the money things are more expensive because they're more valuable. Out of the money are less expensive because they're less valuable. So if you want to buy something for less, you buy it out of the money. If you want to sell something for more, you sell it in the money so you have more money. Okay. Now, Vanderdude, let me know if that helped you at all. So remember, stock plus or minus premium. So it's stock plus or minus. So yes, Allie, same fix. So now, if you buy stock and buy a put, you can add. If you buy stock and sell a call, you're going to subtract because it's a buy and a sell. If you short stock and you buy a call, you're going to subtract because it's a buy and a sell. If you short stock and sell a put, you're going to add. Okay. Yes, Masaka, a bank holding company is non-exempt because it is not a bank. A bank holding company is like if I just created a company and bought a bank. I'm not exempt, but the bank is. So think of JP Morgan. JP Morgan is a bank holding company. Okay. JP Morgan owns JP Morgan Securities and Chase. Chase is exempt. JP Morgan is not. Okay. Chase is exempt. JP Morgan is not. Okay. Now, burrito, who cares? Is the term same as fixed, right? So that works. So now, what one of the guys on Reddit asked me a question, and I think I had it up still. Let's see. If anyone else has questions, please pop them in there. But his question to me was, there's a couple basic ones, and they're fine. You can ask more 63 questions if you want. Okay. So, if so, the KGL from Reddit said, what's the best method to study for the exam? Okay. A lot of talks about paying for an online tutor. That's great. That's me. Or programs. Is there not just some textbook I can study on my own? Yes. Okay. Here's the thing. Okay, Anthony, I'll get to you in a second. So now, if you are studying, there's not really a free way to do it. There isn't. That's why most firms pay for it. But if you want cheaper stuff for the SIE, you can either go down on my link and look for SIE for the achievable one, which is like $80. Okay. If you want to get it free, it's going to be tough, but maybe you go on eBay, buy some questions. I think I have a link for that too. The thing is, it's not free. You can use Investopedia. You might be able to swing some stuff off Quizlet, but you need to have a combination of testing and questions. So the whole point, look at the chart I wrote you and memorize it. That's what I say, Robin. Have you rewritten that chart I sent you? Can you do it for memorization? Okay. So if you buy used books, most of the stuff you can get, but if you buy a Series 7 book, make sure it's a Series 7 top off. I mean, you can still use an old Series 7 book, but it's going to be a lot more information. And it's not going to kill you, but it just means it's more than a year and a half old. So the question from KGL was, is there a method to study? Yes. You can use Investopedia. You can use the Achievable link in my thing, or you can buy the STC books for a discount. Ooh, there's my pitch. Or you can go on Khan Academy. They don't have Series 7 stuff, but they have material stuff. You have you can use Investopedia, which is okay, but again, it's not okay. Okay, yeah, but just remember the ones that I wrote in the chart. I'm telling you, don't worry, don't overthink this shit. Here's the biggest problem with this weight is that everyone starts freaking out and making it a bigger deal than it is. The fact that no one can take this test for the last 2 months, they start freaking out and going over top. And that's what I'm telling about ARM. Okay. I know the chart's missing. I wrote down the ones that matter. The problem is everyone starts freaking out. And Robin, I love you. And you know I'm saying this because I care. The chart has what you need for the exam. Just look, the book can list like 4,000 exam transactions. Just go with what's on the chart. So, because the problem is you sit there, you wait a week, you think you're ready, then you wait another 2 weeks, and then you have more time I know. So now you have more time to think over. We're overthinking. We need to just calm down and relax. Okay. This is not a big deal. Okay. Oh, Bianca, you asked a question. That's good. Okay. So now go back to KJ's question. The best way to study is to read. If you can't afford to buy the big ass books and from the $300 programs, go to Achievable. If it's the SIE and they're coming out with a 7 in like 2 weeks, it's like $80 and you have all the stuff on it. The other part is you can go to eBay and buy used books. Maybe buy Series 7 for Dummies. I don't love them, but they're better than nothing. Okay. It's better than nothing. And yes, you can use a textbook, but you have to pay for it. It doesn't come for free. Go on eBay, go on Amazon. You can find stuff. As I think somebody just said, you can get some good stuff there. Okay. Okay. Now, a covered person is someone who pretty much, we call them restricted, but they work for a broker-dealer, which means, yeah, if you're a covered member, covered broker-dealer, that means you're covered by the rules. And one of the rules is you cannot buy an IPOs. That's the big one. You cannot buy an equity IPOs. That's our biggest thing is that covered people cannot buy an equity IPOs. Okay. Now, Anthony asked a question. Everyone is available for online testing. But remember, on May 11th, they're going to start allowing people to register for that. So open up your window now. And then on May 11th, if you want to do the online, which I don't know what's better, you might have a better chance of getting a date. So online, you get to choose whether you want to register online or in person or whatever it is. You can take it at a Prometric center. But if you're in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, I think online is going to be the only option for the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks because everything's shut down. Somebody said one of the things said Houston was shut down, but Dallas was open, or the other way around. And so we don't know. I think May 31st, a lot of them are going to open. But on May 11th, you can start requesting to take the exam online. The earliest you can take one online is May 24th. So I have people asking on Reddit going, have you taken the online exam yet? And there's just no, because nobody can. It's only in person until the 24th. So right now, if you guys are looking for dates, you're going to see nothing. I think you're going to see a lot of dates open up on the 11th when they start allowing you to register for the online. Some people don't want to do it. Remember, if you're going to do it online, remember, you're going to be sitting in a room. You probably have to do this, show the screen, make sure there's nobody behind you, whatever, maybe put a mirror. I don't know. There's going to be a webcam on you. But the thing is, like my son walked in, you might have distractions. You can't have that. You have to basically bribe everyone in your house to leave. Okay? Okay. Now, I don't know I think online I wouldn't mind doing, Henry, just because it'd be interesting to try. But I always think if you get distracted easily or you don't have a place where you can lock down for 3-4 hours that nobody will bother you, no phone, no nothing, I think, who knows, maybe they'll make you download an app that shuts down your phone for the 4 hours. That would be great. I don't know. But the point is you want to make sure that you're in a place that you can take and it will be quiet. Okay. Okay. Good. I'm glad. LV, I help you. Okay. Yeah, Anthony, you're not. Oh, July, you're going to be fine. Okay. No, don't cancel anything. Okay. Anthony, I'm saying do not change anything. Let's see what happens. If something opens up once you do it on May 11th, see what opens up, and then you can just see if you see a date you like, book it. But you gotta really pay attention. Hopefully I'll do an update on the 11th with more information about what it's going to be like to take it online, because it might be worse than waiting till July. Nobody wants to wait that long, but you might see some opening up. I mean, how could it not? if they're allowing people to take it home, how can they not? Unless they don't have enough proctors watching it. Okay. Okay. Scheduled for July, but in a different state. Leave it now, even though it's okay. They just canceled your June 5th. Oh, you had a June 5th, right? So because we're in this area and we don't, and they just so Anthony said, okay. So Anthony just said they canceled his June 5th date, which is a month away. That's Cinco de Mayo, right? Yeah. See. So Cinco de Mayo. Sorry, that's my brain not working fast. Working slower or faster than my mouth. So if you're scheduled for July in another state, or if you guys have a date, leave it. Don't do anything until the 11th. Because if you're not New York, New Jersey, or Connecticut, you have a chance of taking the test. If you're in New York, New Jersey, or Connecticut, and you have a date before the 24th or even the 31st, I would think about moving it, but maybe I would wait until the 11th to see if the online portion opens up and do that. Okay. So Sandy, you rescheduled it for on-site in Atlanta. Originally scheduled for March 23rd. Didn't wait for, yeah, that's fine. So the thing is, the only good thing is if they cancel, sometimes they give you a new date. Okay, so you May 20th, you probably should be okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm telling you, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, you're not doing shit until the 31st. It's just not happening. Okay. So if they're anything in May, they're probably going to cancel at some point. So I would say I would leave it there, so let them cancel it. But on the 11th, look for okay. How has Primerica done it? Are they doing a beta? They've taken the actual FINRA exam, even though FINRA just said they're not offering it until the 24th. I will look that up. Okay. So it may be maybe Primerica is getting a beta testing. I will look to see, and that's good. So maybe you know, but FINRA actually just said they don't know how they're doing it. They're not doing it to the 24th, and you can't really schedule to the 11th. Okay. Okay. So I don't know what's going to happen. Let's wait till the 11th. Maybe it's just Primerica is getting a what do you call it? Maybe they're getting a beta tester because they have a lot of people. Okay. Yeah, Bianca, they may not because Connecticut's being more aggressive about opening, but I do think Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, and Rhode Island are trying to move together. California's opening up quicker. You might be okay. I think end of May outside of the regional area, you're probably thinking, right, I think it's a beta. So they must be testing it to try it, but they're trying for different things. I mean, it's not big. I mean, the scanning the room thing, I've seen people do, like when they have to take tests online, they have to go like this and show everyone in here. But again, somebody could just walk in right behind the computer and give you the fucking answers. I mean, who the hell knows? But they're trying to figure out ways. Okay. I'm going to call FINRA tomorrow and ask what they're doing because even the people on the phone are saying we don't know. But I do think they might have worked with Primerica because they have a lot of people that come in and out. So I think. So again, I hope Vanderdude, I hope that helped with the options. Trying to see if I missed anything. Yeah, I like my hat too. Okay, I got that one done. And again, everyone, so my advice here is that for the next, the next 3 weeks or 2 weeks, just hopefully you can study during a day. Try to push to get some daytime studying. Don't put more than 2 or 3 hours in at a time. Don't. I would stick with even if you're off all day, do 2 hours, take a break, do another 2 hours, and then don't do it at night. Because anything over 5 or 6 hours, you kind of get diminishing returns and it's not working so well. Okay, I think I answered everyone's questions. Okay. Okay, well, it's not fair. It's not pass fail. It's pass no score fail. You get a score because they did that. Because what they told me, and I've been fighting them, is that who cares what your score is if you passed. It actually takes some stress off because when I worked on the floor and stuff, if somebody wanted to go take the test, oh, there you go. Okay, now, right. Okay, Nicole, thank you for repeating that because I knew there was another question. They went pass fail because really, if you get a 72 or higher, who the fuck cares what your score is? But I worked on the floor. When you go to take the test, they put a board up and people were betting. Okay. To doing a bet, they were doing a There were people betting on scores. Here, Anthony, you're better off. How about do this? I have a website. Look in my videos for. Oh, you know what? I probably have to do that Thursday. Okay. Let's do. Yeah, that's what people are doing. I mean, you had people betting thou. I mean, when I went in there, I think there was like 15 grand betting on my score. I mean, it's crazy. Okay. Nicole. Yes, you're missing options. Remember something. If you're going through the beginning of the 7, okay. No. Well, that could have been. I mean, they did it because their idea is who the fuck cares what your score is. If you get a 72 or 90, who cares? That's their idea. I mean, so it's a little bit of satisfaction. Who cares? You're going to walk out there with a pass. That's all that matters. That's what their idea is. Okay. Nicole. Yes, the first 5 or 6 chapters of the Series 7 Top-Off book are basically SIE review. The thing about the top of it just goes deeper. Okay, it just goes deeper. If you finish the entire book and you think that it's the same sort of stuff, you're probably fine. But remember, options is between 15 and 30 questions on the exam. For the 7, for the 6, it's not a big deal. But for the 7, between margin is between 2 and 7, and then options is between 15 and 30 questions. So that's almost 40 questions right there, just on options and margin. Not a lot of math. Okay. So Anthony, let's do that on Thursday when I do my Thursday night one. Anthony asked if I can do a brief overview of investment vehicle characteristics. That's a tough one because you can't do a brief one. Okay. I agree. So Anthony, we'll maybe work on that on Thursday, but I'm not going to do very long because there's like 90 million investment vehicle characteristics. And if you watch a lot of my videos on products, that's going to help you. The only ones that are different are the options and futures and forwards, which, listen, if you come on Thursday, just shoot me. I'll try to do that in the beginning when I'm not 42 minutes in and dead tired. Okay. Ask a question if it's not going to take too long. So Anthony, I will do that on Thursday. I'm trying to get you to come back. See? Okay. So now, while LV is asking a question, yeah, I agree that I think at least the SIE, they should give you your score so that you know if you barely passed or if you kicked the shit out of it. Okay. No worries, Anthony. That's fine. You're a Celtics fan? No, I can't. I'm kidding. I will, we'll do it Thursday night. That's fine. It just hit me up. Even if you're on late, I'll remember to do it and then you can watch it. I'll just go through the list of stuff and do a brief one. But most of the stuff for the 7 is a lot of the stuff. Okay. So scenarios. Here's the thing. I have a, okay. Yeah, that's a problem. That's where, okay. So LV. So if you look for, okay, first of all, on the SIE, it's not scenarios. It's a few, but it's the Series 7 that has scenarios. The LV, okay. So LV, let me get to that. Okay. If you watch some of my older ones, there's a one called Risks. You have to know the risks. That'll tell you what to look for. If you watch my first video, I talk about how to pass the SIE. If you watch all of them, it should help. And I'm still trying to get through the book. Okay, so let me go back to this now. Okay. Yeah, bring the margaritas. I could use them. My kids are drinking them now. Okay. Okay, remember LV, it's not scenarios, it's risks. It's like Treasury has this risk, this has this risk. It's not scenarios at all, but it's you have to know the risks, you have to know the customer accounts, you have to know that other stuff. Okay. So that sucks that you got a 69. But the good thing is, you know your stuff, you can get right on there. So what you should do right now, as soon as I'm done with this, is you write down everything you can remember about the exam, every little thing you can remember, and put it in a drawer, take a couple of days off, and then start studying again on Friday. And just read the book. Don't even do questions. Just read the book. It's a 30-day problem in a 20-year career, right, Bristol? So what you do is write everything. Spend a good, strong hour writing down everything you can remember about this exam, okay? then put it in a drawer, forget about it for 3 or 4 days, then just read the book and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe there's a question on this. Then you build your list and then you start doing that. Okay. Josu, I think it's Josu. I don't know how to say it, divert. Basically, all my things, if you listen to the beginning, it's SIE, FINRA 7 top off, 63, 65, 66, 6 top off. So if you have questions, come on Thursday. I'm doing the same thing and ask 63 questions. I don't care. I answer about the 66 ones. So here's the problem why the online one might be better. If you can lock down a room and make sure nobody distracts you, you know that somebody's going to be watching your webcam like this, but yes, you don't have to wear a fucking mask. And you don't have to make sure you're worried about other people, because God forbid you're sitting there and the person 7 feet over coughs. You're going to be like, shit, it's going to distract you. So don't even, I prefer, okay. Zazue, thank you. Okay, so thank you. So I think, join me Thursday night. I'm doing the same thing. Subscribe and hit the little bell so you know what it's going, and we'll get you through it, okay? So the 63, I do a lot of stuff on. Feel free to ask any questions. I have about 4 videos in my 63 playlist to help. Okay, so you did this. Okay, the thing with training consultants is they're okay. The videos are good if you can handle Tina's voice, but they're a little light. So I'm not, you go anywhere, but I'm saying if you go down to my little description and you look on Achievable, you can buy that thing. You'll be amazed at how good it is. If you do it, it's great. It pays me a little bit. I don't care if you do. If you want to go on Investopedia and look it up, if you want to look at, you could probably even go to STC and get a thing. And you could probably, so the training consultants is good, but it is a little light on information. Okay. It is a little light on the information. And then, but you can still pass. Obviously you got close, but I do think maybe spend the $70 on the Achievable. Again, it's my shill part where I'm just shilling, trying to get you to do this, but I don't care really. It's not going to make or break me. But if you can buy something that would help you be a supplement to training consultants, even if you go on eBay or Amazon and buy a used SIE book, if you see SIE book, it hasn't changed in 2 years, in a year and a half. So go buy the book. Maybe get it for $20. Okay. I hope that helps. Now, Nicole, how do you get your score in the SIE? Same thing. You hit press. And if you pass, you do not get a score. You just get congratulations, you passed, if it even says that. If you fail, you get your score. So that's the thing. You only get your score if you fail. Or I say miss. I don't like using the word fail. Okay. For the 26, here's the thing. I don't like Kaplan at all. I don't like them at all. I think they're horrible. I do not like them. If that's all your firm gives you, then you can pass. Okay. Here's why I don't like Kaplan. They focus too much on the nitty-gritty details. So then you start focusing on the laser focus on the stuff that's probably not on the exam. Okay. STC, if you want, again, if you go on my link, you can buy an STC program and you get a 15% discount. But here's why I like STC. Their questions are closer to the exam. They explain it better, and they have better customer rep. And actually, they give you programs where you get the videos are better. Kaplan videos, nothing gets old man because I'm old, but their videos they say the guys are like, they make me look like a teenager when they're reading. Okay. Here's the thing. As I say, if you have Kaplan already, don't spend more money. Just stick with Kaplan. You can pass. But if you haven't chosen yet, go with STC or go with Achievable. Even training consultants, like you said, is okay, but they come in just a little short. And that's the only problem, but they're solid. Okay. Yeah, the Kaplan videos will put you to sleep. But again, you don't have to buy. You can go, again, you look at your prices and then look at my link and see which get a cheaper price. But the Kaplan videos are fucking horrible. Also, I have one thing I'm saying. I don't know if he's on. I'm going to put him on Thursday. There's one of my students in LA is studying for the SIE, and he's hoping to find a study partner. I don't know whether it's for the Zoom or not. I'm going to have him on Thursday, make sure he joins in. And yes, my link is STC or Achievable, either one. I haven't talked to Kaplan. They've reached out to me and asked if I could put my link, even though they must not have seen my videos to say I hate them. But they asked me to put it on there, and I can't. And it'd be great. I can make more money, but in conscious, I don't know that I could put a Kaplan link on there for now. But again, if you already have Kaplan, you can pass already. So I'm not telling you if you have Kaplan to go get rid of it and get STC. But if you are looking for one, go with STC. Or if you don't want to spend a couple $100, go with Achievable for the SIE. They haven't come out with the 7 yet. It's supposed to come out in like 2 weeks, and that's a much cheaper version of all these books, and it's a great budget one. If you already have one, it's good to buy that because it's a nice supplement. But either way is fine. Okay. Yeah, the thing is, Kaplan, you can call them and they don't care. Remember, Kaplan makes so much money doing other shit. They don't really care at all. Okay. My voice is going to go. I have to go drink some margaritas and Corona. So it's Cinco de Mayo. Okay. Yeah, they're so fucking old. Okay, they're horrible. Okay. Yes, they're absolutely too light on the explanation. So my son-in-law it's his birthday for their entire life, and he'll always be that. So I'm glad you like my hat. Maybe I will wear a different hat. I also had to cut my hair a little bit because I was looking like Einstein without the brains. Okay. You all have a good night, and I will see you all on Thursday. And shoot me questions you email me, kenfinnan@gmail.com. If you have questions you want me to make sure I get to, okay, email them to me and put in the subject line live Q&A. Just put that in subject so then I can just search it and put it in there. Okay, you all see you Thursday. You'll have a good night, and feel free to hit the likes and tell people, okay. Yeah, you actually should take the FINRA exam before so you know if you're feeling good, okay? But don't overtake it. So what Josue said was, if you're going to take the SIE, take the FINRA one ahead of time. But basically, do it, but don't do it at 8:30 p.m. That's when I do it, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Don't take it a bunch of times. Try to take it near the end, okay? You all have a good night, and happy Cinco de Mayo. Don't drink too much. This is a long one.